Postal 2, a game where you complete menial tasks such as going out and buying milk, is widely known for its crude humor and extreme violence.
My God, Billy Bob, now he's got a show.
You probably thought you weren't gonna die today. Surprise.
But did you know that you can complete the game without harming anyone? This gameplay style is known famously as Jesus mode, and it takes so much skill. And I'm a big fan of stupid little video game challenges, so I thought, why not make a video on it? I start off by setting the difficulty to hard, because life is hard. Now, most people think of this game as a first-person shooter, but that's not entirely correct. I mean, the game is in first person, and you can shoot her, but the game never explicitly requires you to pick up a gun. I like to think of it more as we start Monday with a list of easy enough tasks. Pick up milk. Wait, I just realized I didn't write the rest of this. Okay, I guess that's all you're getting. Car's fucked up, which means wow. Now we have a reason to walk the map. First stop is a funny self-insert joke where a joke about video games and political landscape happens because it's the early 2000s. Then, joke becomes ironic, so we have to skillfully dodge and weave our way to the nearest convenience store. But uh-oh, racism happens because I accidentally flipped off the cashier after respectfully paying for milk. You know what this means? Yep, more dodging and weaving, and suddenly we're at the bank, where a cop points his gun at a civilian for no reason, and apparently that means I get to skip the line. With the paycheck cashed, we of course need some kind of obstacle before we can get home because so the bank starts getting robbed. You know the story. Dodge, weave, whatever. I don't even care. After all that, Monday is over. And at this point, I figured the rest of the game would follow the exact same pattern. Go to a place. Do a mundane task. Happens. Dodge and weave. But when Tuesday came around, I realized I was entirely correct. It's not even worth it to tell you every single time I had to do the exact same thing as the previous encounters. So from here on, I'll just be mentioning weird moments or actual unique events that happened on the way to ending the week. Tuesday. While collecting signatures, we get to watch the local marching band explode. Then, funny joke from earlier gets rescanned because and this is when I realized that flipping NPCs the bird has a very small chance to make them laugh, which means they can't attack you for at least a few seconds. I tried to utilize this throughout the rest of the playthrough, but it was legitimately useless because of how little it actually worked. After that, we get to go to the mall and meet Gary Coleman. That's right, famed child actor Gary Coleman, known for inspiring lines such as
"What you talking about, bitch?"
is in this game, and he's even played by himself.
What is wrong with you?
After purchasing an autographed autobiography, Jesus Christ, try saying that 5 times fast, from him, the pigs show up and fuck everybody's day up. Like they always do. And of course, we can't finish the day without a little more casual racism. I'll be honest, this part is really drawn out, and a lack of healing items, plus all the good lying around, caused me to get stuck a few times. One rage quit later, and eventually I get things sorted out. Wednesday. Today begins with a twerk up. I thought the party would be willing to share some food, but I forgot that you should never get between a pig and their donuts. Our honorable boys in blue promptly responded like any good-natured police officers would, by, you guessed it, shooting a dog. Moving on, the first chore of the day is to use piss on the dude's dad's tombstone. Why did I write it like that? Because I guess he really loves him or something. Wham! Knocked out by a couple hillbillies. And suddenly we've gone from dude to gimp. Speeding over to the laundromat, our next errand is to vote. A joke happens.
What fucking moron designed this?
Last on the list, it's time to pick up a Christmas tree. In July.
Fuck you!
Now I'm gonna let you take a wild guess as to what happens next. Is it A, We get to walk home without any trouble. B. Barry Coleman shows back up and makes us play rock, paper, scissors to decide who gets this cute little tree. C. Who am I fucking kidding? Of course, it's another dodge and weave segment. I'm gonna speedrun Thursday real quick. Today the dude is supposed to pick up napalm and steaks for a barbecue, and I guess he really wants a crotchy toy, so he's out to grab one of them too. You can probably already estimate how these play out. The only unique thing that happened was a crotchy boss fight, but since harming crotchy would make me lose Jesus mode, I just anticlimactically ran away and that worked out perfectly fine. Friday, the final day of the week. Because fuck you, Saturday. Because fuck you, Sunday. Packed to the brim with fun stuff to do, Friday went by surprisingly quickly. Time flies when you're having fun. All I had to do was go celebrate Uncle Dave's birthday, grab some gonorrhea meds, borrow a new alternator, and finally, pick up my package. The post office was probably the most tedious part of this whole ordeal. Long story short, no matter what, the employees in that office were going to go postal. So I have to bob and weave my way out. Again. Calling upon the spirit of Muhammad Ali, I once again traversed through a long, winding facility, and eventually busted right out of the world's most aggressive parcel center. Just in time, too, because according to this conveniently timed dimension-shifting newspaper, the apocalypse has started. So here we are. Cats are raining from the sky, guided rockets are all over the place, and random citizens have decided that I'm the source of all their problems. To make things worse, I accidentally told a SWAT officer to shove it, so they're all mad at me too. Figures. Amidst all this chaos, I remembered that I happened to pick up an arsenal of weapons over my journey, which I promptly discarded. Someone could get hurt with those. And in the distance, finally, I see our rundown trailer home. At last, the week is finally over. And I didn't fuck up a single task.
Did you remember my rocky road?
So that's Postal 2 completed. A quick look at the stats tells me that I succeeded in killing 0 people throughout this grueling 4 hours of gameplay. I even got an achievement for it. I'm an anus tart. I'm also apparently Jesus, but I personally wouldn't go that far. Thank you for joining me subscribe in this insignificant challenge. And if you haven't seen my video attempting to beat Hotline Miami without shooting anyone, you can find it right here. I want to leave in that pause because it's funny.